Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 25 with the Boston Bees. In our previous episode, we got Raffle stomped in the World Series. Not great, is what the kids might say. Not great. However, we've only got 2 years left with the Bees. Um, and then it'll be on to a new challenge with a new team. And I'm kind of looking forward to it. Um, yeah, we're basically going to play with the Bees through 1939 and then 1940. We'll have a new team. I'm actually kind of excited about that. I think we're getting to the point in history where the Negro League talent that ended up in the majors is starting to drop off, which should mean it won't be as easy to launch ourselves into the sun almost instantaneously like we did with the Bees. We had one bad season with the Bees, and then everything else has been a playoff every time. We've won the pennant, what is it, 7 times in the past 8 years, and we've won 3 World Series. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But let's go ahead and get started. Do we have any coaches to hire this time around? Oh my god. Would you quit changing my fucking minor league teams every 8 seconds? Holy shit, man. You know what? All you shitheads are not getting rehired. You thought you were going to, but you were not. Look, it does have it in real life, but it's still kind of frustrating, in my opinion. I find it kind of dull that it just constantly have to rehire coaches. You know what I'm gonna do? I don't normally do this, but I'm getting tired of fucking around with it. I'm gonna assign this to my assistant GM. Go ahead and get us some minor league personnel. I just can't be bothered at this point. The teams change too frequently. They change way too frequently, and so it's kind of a waste of my time to be hiring new coaches when the team's just going to disappear the next year. That's just silly. So that's that dealt with. Any talent we want to poach? What do we do with Hal Trotsky? We try to teach him left field again. Please. A crumb of left field is all I'm asking. I beg you. Learn the fucking position. Please. Please, game, please. We have an embarrassment of riches. We truly do. Truly, truly. Let's go ahead and I guess I could check on what do we even want though? Look, I don't know that we have an obvious hole that needs to be replaced. And yes, there's something to be said for is constantly bringing in new people. But at a certain point, a dominant reliever would be nice. But I don't know that it's essential to our success. How is Roy Campanella doing? He's doing reasonably well. Junior Thompson. All right. Let's just advance time. I don't think there's anybody I need to grab or anything like that. Okay, we are making offers. Okay, good. Another Gold Glove for Lefty Gomez, one for Joe DiMaggio, one for Frankie Cressetti. Lefty Gomez has won a few Gold Gloves, hasn't he? He's won 3 of them. I know he's not as sexy as some of our other pitchers, but he's done a really good job for us. Like he's been truly one of the best pitchers we've got. Um, Remember the real Lefty Gomez, I think made the Hall of Fame, or at least got close to it. Ours we'll see about. Nice. Johnny Vandermeer got an award. Silver Slugger for Joe DiMaggio and Frankie Corsetti, and Red Cress. Who the fuck? Oh, we acquired him at the end of the season, didn't we? And he got most of that through Cincinnati. So well done, me. I didn't even remember you were on the team. Nicely done, gentlemen. Nicely done. Johnny Vandermeer easily won Rookie of the Year. Another Manager of the Year. And an MVP nearly unanimous for Joe DiMaggio. Joe DiMaggio was worth 13 wins. How does that rank all time? Leaderboards. That was literally the best season in Major League history in our timeline. That's awesome. That's pretty great. I got to admit. That's pretty great. What a year. What an absolute fucking year. I love it. All right. Let's go to the Hall of Fame voting. I guess the guy who has the best season in Major League history should probably win the MVP that year, maybe. Mm-hmm. Wow, poor Grover Cleveland Alexander. What a loser in this timeline. I will carry a torch for Bancroft and Chapman, as one does. Heine is not going to make it, but I'll still chuck him a vote. I guess Babe Ruth deserves the Hall of Fame. I guess. Fine. Definitely Joe Sewell deserves a Hall of Fame for his very own. Hack Wilson. Zach Wheat. I'll vote for Herb Pennock. I don't mind. And I guess we can vote for Charlie Root also. 196 complete games is pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't really feel compelled to vote for anybody else, though. Like, even though I know I have an open slot, none of the other guys really strike me as that impressive. Willie Cam, I guess. I could vote for Willie Cam. I don't think he'll make it, but we'll see. Done. What? Huh. He learned third base. What? Huh? Okay, first of all, he hasn't learned third base because it's not listed here. Oh, maybe we need to wait until the month is rolled over. Didn't get any better. Benny McCoy has learned first base. Not the position I wanted him to learn. I was hoping he'd learn maybe center field, but that's okay. 13 wins in single A. Maybe a little overqualified for that particular job. The Darft. I don't see how Trotsky's name is. He still working on it? Maybe he is. It's a pretty decent draft. Lou Boudreau is pretty amazing, as is Hank Sauer's pretty solid. Mickey Vernon. Good draft for hitters, and not such a great draft for pitchers, it would seem. Oh, Hal Trotsky's learning plate discipline. That's right. Dom DiMaggio, learn a new position. Jack Kramer, work on your defense as a pitcher. Benny McCoy, get better at second base. You're right. I almost forgot. Are there 20 good players in this draft? Maybe not. Like, there's some acceptable players later on in the draft, but I don't think any of the really good ones are going to be around by the time I get to draft. I just don't think that's very likely. Like, there's some real blue chippers here, but they're not going to be around by the time I'm drafting. They just won't be there. Which is whatever. Who's Whitey Karowski? Literally never heard of you. Like, you should have a nice-ish career for the Cardinals in real life. It's interesting. Yeah. Frank Bradley's still around. I have four great starters right now. It's even better than four great starters. Five great starters. Oh, you're a former Negro Leaguer. You basically had two good seasons and then disappeared. Hmm. I could get Bob Lemon instead. Why are you referencing that Bob Lemon doesn't have any stamina? Like the real life Bob Lemon pitched for a long time and had lots of stamina. Um, my change often, my change, and my change often, my change. Doesn't even have a fucking change up. Are you joking? Are you having a fucking laugh? This is not the true preacher row. Good, we get creepy. Good old creepy Crespi. This feels like bait. It truly feels like bait. But I still think it's a good choice. So I think we take the trade and take the draft pick and consider ourselves somewhat fortunate. And Don Calloway doesn't really impress me that much. He's an okay second baseman and a good first baseman that at least has some decent on base skills. Could get Kansas City legend Danny Murtaugh. Oh no, I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm gonna start by batting potential. If anybody with a decent power bat, not really. I mean, I could just search for power, but there's not anybody terribly impressive. I think we go ahead and take Don Calloway. I just think he is. Well, Danny Murtaugh is decent too. Um, ooh, or we take Floyd Baker. Yeah, Floyd Baker's an on-base machine that can handle all three middle infield positions. I think he's a fine choice. We'll take Floyd Baker. Bobby the Sturgeon. This draft has disintegrated quite quickly. T-Losh Howard is still around. I'm fine with that. Let's grab you and meet your demand. Oh, that said Whitey Whiteman, but it says Whitey Wiedelman. Um, actually played for the Braves in real life, although it was never anything terribly special. It's always good to have more infielders, right? Like there's always value in that. Donald Reeves isn't bad, but he's also already fairly old, and I don't need just an older outfielder. So I will offer you your demand. I do like Henry Turner. I think there's a nice offensive skill set here. It's not spectacular, but it's okay. And you can handle catcher fairly well. So I think adding you to our franchise is relatively smart. Bob Dean. You're a junk baller. You have nothing else that's particularly noteworthy. I'll just go ahead and let my scouting director draft the rest of the draft. That's fine. Not a terribly thrilling class, although Frank Bradley's got a chance to make the club out of spring training. But the rest of this class is not terribly thrilling, which makes sense given how low in the draft order we are. Stan Spence would be a nice player if we had any need for yet another first baseman. I can always use more quality arms in the bullpen. My question is he a quality arm? And that I'm less convinced of. He's a big guy. He should throw harder. I'm willing to give him an opportunity. It's either you or Harry Breachin. And Harry Breachin is actually the better pitcher. But I think we take Arnold Waits. And I will take Harry Breachin also. They're both actually reasonably talented players. What? I can't draft him. How come? Oh, because you're already on my team. I can literally just add you to the 40 man, and then you are mine once again. I don't care about anybody else. Unless there's like a giant mega power bat, I guess is worth looking into. Chat Labs is that. Also my player though. Again, I could just rule. I just put him on the 40 man and not lose him. So I think we'll do that. There we go. All right, then that's literally all I care about. So I will end the Rule 5 draft. I got what I wanted. Nobody took Stan Spence. I found that kind of shocking, actually. I find it kind of shocking. Stan Spence looks like a pretty good player. He just didn't have an opportunity. Player designated for assignment. Oh, all these fuckers. Yeah, get lost, nerds. Fuckity bye. Wow. Some absolute fuckhead is like, no, fuck you. No unanimous Hall of Fame for Babe Ruth. Whatever, man. Whatever. Poor Heine Groh. He had a pretty solid career. Um, like, I'm not even mad that he didn't make it, but I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought he had a real chance. Look at this bullshit. Look at this crazy. Every other year, his candidacy would tank and then go back up. What a controversial guy. Maybe he like said, you know who sucks? Sports writers. They're a bunch of talentless fuckheads, and I hope they all die in a fire. I'm not saying it's what he said, but I'm saying that if he did say that, it wouldn't surprise me. And that might explain why he just keeps changing. And like buy them all steak dinner the next year. Ah, well. Dom DiMaggio has picked up left field. Okay. God damn it, Hal Trotsky. I know I have extra money. I just don't have any use for it. Like, here's the thing. Even if Hal Trotsky is a bad left fielder, his bat is worth it. Like, the only other place or player I would possibly consider putting there is, Slaughter. Slafter. Cooper got better. That's nice. Lou Gehrig is starting to slip. Not a lot, but some. This could just be rust, though, from the long off season. Though I'm not terribly concerned right now. A spring training, please. All right. Bradley, McCoy, Watley, and Barnes. Junior Thompson, Dom DiMaggio, Jack Kramer. How did Roy Campanella lose overall? He was like 30 something last year, and then all of a sudden just disappeared. Had a rough off season, buddy. Um, yeah, this is acceptable. I'm gonna let you do your thing. Let's do 6-man rotation and spring training. Get people's arms stretched out. Why will you just not pitch Van Mungo? Why do you get like these fucking weird burrs up your butt? I mean, Tom Jackson is pretty damn good, but Van Mungo is better than Monty Pearson. Yeah, quit being fucking weird, game. Quit being fucking weird. Or fucking weird. Uh, Park the car in Harvard Yard. Why are we benching Ben Chapman for Frank Damari? Did he just have like the shittiest offseason in recorded history? No, he's still the same guy. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Like, I don't mind because it looks like you're gonna be swapping people out pretty frequently. So I don't mind people getting more experience, but it's an interesting choice to be sure. All right, it's just spring training. It's just a matter of getting people reps, getting them comfortable for the season, and then making decisions about who stays and who goes. Roy Campanella has improved his plate discipline. Nice. 5 weeks out for Roy Henshaw. I'll just put him on the IL. I'm just saying a bunch of people about to get cut. Bzzz. So, good old Stanford Hackington. It's his actual name. Just trust me. Lost Van Mungo for 6 weeks. That's not brilliant. It's not bad. Like, we have enough depth that I can soak a loss here and there. I just don't want to. I'd rather have lots and lots of quality pitching that does quality pitching things. And another case opening day. I don't want to go quite to opening day. I want to sim to here. All right. 21-0 shutout. That's funny. Let's go ahead and get the roster down to where it needs to be. I'm looking at 20 pitchers. I would like there to be 11. So, minors for you. Minors for you. Minors for you. You just get released, Roy. Because always gonna want you. Sleeky to the minors. Weird to the minors. How many people do I have now? 14. 3 more gotta go. Thompson to the minors. Griffith to the minors. Do I carry 12 pitchers just to give Arnold Waits a chance at being a useful pitcher? We'll see. But for right now, this is an okay rotation. I like where the different people are at. We can go bullpen by committee until we actually establish whether there's some good shit happening there. So Jack Kramer, congratulations, you make the opening day roster, and so does Ed Barnes. The kids call him Barney. And of course Frank Bradley makes it. Okay. Position players. Benny McCoy goes to the minors. He's only a first baseman right now. Messner to the minors. Silvio Garcia and Chet Lobs both go to the minors. Dom DiMaggio goes to the minors. Slaughter is already really good. Do I keep him in the big leagues? David Watley goes to the minors. That I can happily agree to. Tommy Thompson's only interest is vaguely interesting, but I think that's the nicest thing I can say about him. I think it's time that he departs and finds a new team. So one infielder's gotta go. Um. hmm. So it's going to be Trotsky and DiMaggio and Chapman as our starting outfielders. I know you can actually play left field. I don't care. Until Lou Gehrig retires or is traded, you need to play left field. Like, I know you're awful. I know you're the worst as an outfielder, but I still need you. I could make Lou Gehrig learn left field, which would be funny. It would be hilarious. I don't want to get rid of Lavagetto. I think losing him could be disastrous. But Red Crest won't take a demotion. I'm going to demote Slaughter. I'm going to send him to the minors for a full season rather than waste him up here in the majors. That's my final choice. Okay. So let's get the lineup set up. And clear all depth charts. Joe DiMaggio very clearly hits third. And then I think Lou Gehrig hits fifth now. And how Trotsky cleans. No, Lou Gehrig definitely hits cleanup. Trotsky hits fifth. Um, Ben Chapman and Stan Hack at the top of the lineup, where they can do the most damage by just getting on base at a really good clip. Um, then Frankie Pitlack, Frankie Crosetti, and last but certainly not least, Bobby Doer. I still don't mind if Red Crest gets some regular playing time. I think that's okay. Especially since Bobby Doer is still learning. So I am fine with this particular arrangement. This feels a reasonable choice for now. At a certain point, especially if Lou Gehrig starts to struggle this year, I think things are going to become a lot clearer. He's right on the cusp of being replaced. Which sounds crazy. The guy just had 6 wins last season, but he's trending in the wrong direction. He's lost a bit of his power, a bit of his contact. He still has a great batting eye, but he is slipping. And I have the sneaking suspicion that his decline, if it happens, may come quite dramatically. Um, what are you hanging on for at this point? You've got your like you're a Hall of Famer right now. You're very clearly a Hall of Famer. There's some round numbers you could try for, I guess, like 400 homers. How many people hit 400 homers in this league? I don't think it's that many. Because even Babe Ruth didn't crack 600. Lou Gehrig is the number 2 home run hitter of all time. Okay. Look at ball player fucking Schilling. What an absolute unit. One of our crazy discoveries was finding this guy who played for Cleveland and said, "What if I gave you more opportunities?" And then they're like, "Oh shit, give him back, please." And I did. I mean, Bibber's going to be number 1 for a long ass time. Maybe not that long. Mel Ott and Jimmy Fox are both younger than he is. A lot younger. And if they can put up another 5 or 10 years, they could easily surpass him. Wild. Look at Hank Greenberg, though. That's a really fast road to 100 homers. Wally Burger's literally a top 25 home run hitter, and yet he can't crack my lineup. That's funny. And this is what happened in real life. Like, there's little reason to not hoard talent when you can hoard talent. Like, I have plenty of quality players at various different cycles, which is awesome, but it does mean that there's a lack of opportunities for certain players. We're just too good. Maybe if we weren't quite so good, we'd have more places. But Roy Henshaw could come back. Could it interest you instead going to the minor leagues? You gotta be that. I'll rehab you, I guess. Bobby Doer's getting better. Johnny Vandermeer's getting better. Jack Kramer's getting a little bit better. Wally Berger can no longer handle center field, which is fine. Cool. I feel really bad for Frank Damari. I really do feel bad for him because he is a player that has had every possibility of being a quality hitter, and he's just been buried behind some of the best outfielders in Major League history. Like, he has gotten 2 full seasons with us, and that was it. But we can just have a top 20 home run bench, just hang a top 20 home run guy of all time just hanging out on your bench. You have to do it, right? Of course, Lou Gehrig is slowing down, casually hits some ridiculous nonsense. I don't want Van Mungo to get hurt. I'm gonna go ahead and rehab him for right now, and then we can talk about reactivating him. All right. I mean, I could return Waits. Is Waits even pitching? He has thrown for 1 inning and a bit. That's been the sum total of his experience. Injured list. I mean, he hasn't been in the major leagues for a long time at this point. I'm gonna try to flip him. I doubt I'll get much, but you never know. All players. Any player whatsoever. No? Okay. We'll just release him then. Hartford's butts. Tee hee 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 hee. Joe DiMaggio's alright, I guess. He's not bad. All we need to do now is just keep the foot on the gas as hard as we can. I think that's really important. Is not letting up unless we're certain that we've got an insurmountable lead. Cooper keeps getting better. Bobby Doer keeps getting better. Lou Gehrig is actually getting better. Haltrosky is slipping. DiMaggio's gotten better. Chapman is a little better. Dwom. Okay. A nice month. What are we looking at here? Number one lineup. Frank Bradley is both pitching well and not pitching very well. He doesn't strike people out very often. Hmm. Defensive, we're actually really good, despite that Hal Trosky being completely unable to play left field. He's only made 2 errors, though. Maybe he's getting better. We lack a tiny bit for power. If I had a complaint with this team, it's that we're not hitting for a lot of power right now. Stan Hack is actually slipping a little bit. Hmm. I'm sure he's fine. Ben Chapman is back to being an on base machine, though, which is what makes this entire team work. Is having Chapman and Hack at the top of the lineup to set the table for DiMaggio, Gehrig, and Trotsky. Frankie Pitlick's having a nice offensive season too. I mean, if I had anybody to complain about, it would be Stan Hack, a tiny bit. But I'm still reasonably chuffed with our team, and we still have plenty of reinforcements too. Yeah. Trotsky needs to start hitting more home runs. Figure it out, shithead. I like how I called him shithead. That really puts him in his place. I'd have 12 home runs every game. Oh, you're gonna say, but I only get to bat 5 times a game. Figure it out, asshole. Um, Frank Bradley is doing pretty good. Ultimo, Jack Kramer, and call up Van Mungo. And then the question is going to be, do I let Mungo start or do I let Mungo relieve for a little bit? I'm going to let him relieve. I'm going to make you a use more often reliever. Do I need a shutdown guy? It's going to be Mort Cooper. Mort Cooper's actually had a phenomenal season, so you're my new stopper. There you go. That feels good. Good old taking his lobs. Get it? You get it. Frank Riley's getting better. Nice. Arnold Waite's got a tiny bit better. Bill Switch is getting worse. Yeah, Riley's getting worse. Greg Cross is getting worse. Ben Chapman's getting better. Junior Thompson is getting better. Boots Poffenbarger is getting better. That's just what we needed. The Lobber is getting better. You know, Slaughter is getting better. Nice. Very nice. Jolton Joe. Is this the season that Lou Gehrig is bounced out of biggest vote getter in the National League? Let's find out. It is in fact Joe DiMaggio. The fans do love them some Lou Gehrig though. That's a certainty. How many BSNs we had? We had Dizzy Dean, Lefty Gomez, Johnny Vandermeer, Mort Cooper, Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, Ben Chapman. That's really good. Our team's pretty good this year. Pretty good. Is Buck Leonard just disintegrate? Ted was casually playing center field like an absolute Chad. What a guy. What a guy. Any other old friends make the also Cecil Travis? Man, if I could have one trade back of all the trades I've made, I would want to have kept Cecil Travis. This is such a silly choice. And as for a catcher that wasn't even that great. That's an all-time stinker for me. That's got to be my worst trade of all time. Yeah. Yeah. My best acquisitions have all either been draft picks or free agent signings. Um, or purchases from the minor leagues. I haven't made that many great trades. A lot of my trades have actually been pretty bad. Theoretically. Yeah. I should have fucking kept Cecil Travis. I knew it. Uh, top 10. Okay, there we go. I don't think he keeps track of Boston. No, it does keep track of Boston Red Sox stuff too. Yeah, here we go. Taking Paul Dean. Yeah, this one hurts. Oh my gosh. You see, it doesn't list Red Sox trades. That's annoying. Oh, it says which ones are actually positive, which ones are negative. Oh, it's adding players, removing players. Got it. Oh wow, it keeps everything. This is a really good trade. Oh, it's all my draft picks also. That's really cool, actually. What's my first ever draft pick? Man, Cristobal Toriente, what a guy. What a freaking guy. It was Jay Jones, who I don't think ever amounted to much. We got a couple good seasons out of him. Nice. I feel like I made some better trades with the Red Sox, and maybe I didn't. Maybe I've just sucked at trading this entire time, but I'm getting bailed out because I'm so good at identifying talent in the minor leagues. Could be. Speaking of talent, do we add some? I don't think we do. I don't think there's much point in that. That hurts. Is it Roy Campanella's time? Where is Campy? There you are. I mean, Shanty Hogan can start at catcher for a little bit, and then we could just make Roy the backup. Unless I have a secretly really talented catcher. Henry Turner's not bad. He's not great, but he's not bad either. And I don't want to rush Campy if I don't have to. I think I will call up Henry Turner overdrive, and then we'll just play Shanty Hogan at catcher again while our guy recovers. And then where's newbie McGee here? There he is. Henry Turner. Only if Hogan is tired are you going to be coming in here. I'd like to keep our team trainer and our first base coach, actually. Like, this is a really good quality coaching staff. There's really little downside to keeping them around. I mean, when you have the greatest general manager slash regular manager in the history of baseball, it's pretty easy to find the guys you're looking for. Trade proposal. I could get Nick Atten back. No, thank you. I decline your generous offer. Do I want anything? Um, do I want anything? Like, it feels like it would be short sighted to get a new catcher, even though I'm not terribly thrilled with Shanty Hogan. Frankie Crossetti's actually having a bit of a down year, but it's still reasonably good, and he's still a pretty talented defender, so I will get over it. Um, I just don't know. I don't know that I need anything. I don't think I do. I can kick the tires and just see what's hanging out in the on the trading block, but I don't think I'm gonna trade anybody. I just don't see the point. I mean, Eiffel Goodman is pretty solid, but I don't think that's a thing that I'm looking for. I'm not. It's just not worth my time. I'm just gonna go ahead and just immediately send past credit. I mean, I guess I can check to see if somebody makes a ridiculous offer. Look, normally the opinion that if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. But the thing is, I'm already pretty good, and my best my best source for new players is just my own minor league system. I wouldn't mind grabbing us a couple of younger pitchers. I do think that would be a smart idea. We've already clinched the pennant. Sign a free agent, bring up players, all leagues, 50 over potential pitchers. Who do we got? Chicago White Sox have a really win. That's pretty good. Huh. No freely available talent. What do we got offensively? I mean, Stan fucking Musial is nearly impossible to pass up on. I think I have to. I am required to. He is not a fucking. No, don't be stupid. He's an outfielder. I'm sorry. He's one of my favorite historical players. Is Stan the Man, even though I never saw him play because I'm not old enough. I can't pass that up. I cannot. We'd have Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, and Stan Musial all on the same team. That's wild. That is fucking wild. How? Oh, we haven't clinched a postseason. Our minor league team has. Okay. I said the Cubs are actually playing pretty well this year. Frankie Pitlack is back. Thank fucking Christ. Henry Turner, back to the minors with you. Thank you for your service. Frankie, get the fuck back in there, my guy. I don't want Crissetti having that many meaningful at bats when I have a much better choice in you. And then Shanty McGee comes in to be our backup. How did you fill in? Not well. Not well. I think Campy has got a reasonable chance to crack the lineup in the next couple of seasons. At the very least, be a quality backup. Nice. Good old Disford Dean. Dizzy was not his actual first name, but I can't remember what it was. Because the younger brother was Paul Dean and they called him Daffy. But I'm pretty sure. I gotta look it up. Because Dizzy was not his actual first name. I know, shocking, right? Jay. That was his first name. He was also a broadcaster for a long time for the Cardinals and other teams and other peoples. Roy Campy is getting better. I like how he's casually trying to still be a great pitcher too. That's funny. That's really funny. Okay, Junior Thompson is not getting better, but he's also not getting worse. It's a good month for DiMaggio's, both Dom and Joe. Joe Mama. Um, we should clinch the pennant any day now. Like we just throttled the Cubs in back-to-back games. We've got to be close. Looks like we're gonna be playing the Senators again. Cecil Travis's Senators. Man, this trade just keeps biting me in the ass over and over again. You think I'd learn better? Evidently not. Ooh, we got an achievement. Nice. Well, that's not great. What is my achievement? What is it that I have achieved? Run streak. Nice. We have a bigger problem though. Which is that we have lost Frank Bradley for the rest of the season. I mean, I guess not that big a deal because even Van Mungo gets his rotation spot back. And then who's next man up, pitching wise? I think Jack Kramer. Nothing against Junior Thompson, but Junior Thompson is older. But Jack Kramer also has better control. Either one would be good. Either one would be an acceptable choice. Let's try Junior Thompson. And then, but the rotation slot's going to go to Van Mungo. Because I want an established arm pitching those innings until there's a reason that he shouldn't. And so you're going to be a long reliever emergency starter. Just get you some high pressure innings in the major leagues. There we go. I had Will Osprey's theme music stuck in my head today. All right, Hal Trotsky slipped a little bit. Tom Jackson's getting a bit worse. He is also 33. Okay. To the end of the regular season with you. And done. Play oops begin. Ben Chapman won a batting title. Nice. I think that's his first. I don't think he's won one before. Yeah, it is his first. Well done, you. Ben Chapman is low key a potential Hall of Famer. Very low key, but I think he's got a real shot at it because he's just been such a valuable player on all aspects of the game that he's got an off chance. It's not a guarantee for certain, but he definitely has a chance. Playoff roster. Lefty got quit taking him off the postseason roster. Jesus Christ, game. Bill Swift makes it, and then I will add Junior Thompson because I need that extra thing. No, fuck you, game. Quit taking him off the postseason roster. Um, I will use both Jackson and Van Mungo in the rotation for now. Actually, I guess you're starting in the middle relief for now, aren't you? Did Van Mungo have really good playoffs last year? I don't think he did, but maybe he did. Playoffs. 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 Oh, you literally only had one start in the postseason last year because you got hurt. That's why he missed the beginning of the regular season. I remember now. Oof. Rough. Come on, lefty. Really? We just get fucking beat. Like, we just don't hit. Two games where the best offense in the major leagues failed to score more than 2 runs. Yeah, like, we're just getting boat raced. Like, we're just not hitting at all. Excuse me, Wally Berger is hitting. Wally Berger cares. Stan Hack cares. But, like, Joe DiMaggio disappears. Trotsky disappears. Chapman disappears. Yeah. We couldn't manage 3 runs in a fucking game. What the hell, guys? What the hell? Look, that's what it comes down to. Their hitters hit, and mine just decided it was they were tired and wanted to take the postseason off. Yikes. What a disappointing end, but what also a predictable end. Like, I don't think I'm that surprised that I had the best player in the major leagues again. That it doesn't fucking matter. Because when it came down to the World Series, we decided, damn, we've played long enough this year. Damn. I mean, look, any 4 game series, you can be cold. There's not really a solution to this problem that I'm aware of. Maybe we need some better team chemistry, I guess, potentially. Maybe. Theoretically. Maybe it's just Cecil Travis's fault. Yeah, fuck that guy. He's just like, oh, I didn't want to play in Boston anyway. I want to play in DC. Fucking Senators. My mortal nemesis is the Washington Senators. Lame. Sigh. I mean, the team basically runs itself at this point. Like, I've done such a good job of acquiring talent that it's just a matter of can we execute when we need to. I mean, I thought Lou Gehrig was declining. Clearly, I was mistaken because he's still as good as ever. I am a perfect scorer. I am an OOTP god. It just doesn't fucking matter. Oh, my bench coach retired. Okay. I got another 2 year deal, and I still have the numbers 3 and 4 prospects, so that's fun. How did the season go? Who played well? Who didn't play well? What's our outlook for the future? Joe DiMaggio is a big loser and went from the best season of Major League history to slightly less good. He's gross, and we're gonna cut him. No, I'm joking. I would never cut him. What a crazy start to a career. What a guy. Lou Gehrig had a nice. I mean, I can't really call it a bounce back season. He just played well again. Ben Chapman took a batting title and had the best year of his career. I don't think this is going to last too much longer. Like, very clearly, this is not normal for him. His triples spiked, his batting average was redonkulous. But he's hit close to 349 before. Like, he's hit 344 back in 1932, but this seems like a year I should not expect to be repeated necessarily. Bobby Doer doing Bobby Doer things. A nice sophomore season showing that we were right to trust in him. His arm kind of sucks. He's not a great second baseman, but he's pretty good at his job. Frankie Crosetti had another good season. Not as good as last year's, but still pretty good. Frankie Pitlack had an outstanding season. Um, he is going to be an interesting player to keep an eye on because he's going to be very, very vulnerable to drops in batting average. He doesn't have a ton of power. He does draw walks, which is helpful, but he doesn't have a lot of power, which means that if he's not hitting lots of singles and drawing walks, his profile will decline. Stan Hack is aging. It may be time to find a new third baseman. He still does Stan Hack things. He still gets on base at a very high clip, but he's he's not performing as well as he has historically. Although still pretty solidly. Like, he's still been a solid contributor every season. Um, Hal Trotsky, on the other hand, when you're a dumpster fire in left field, you don't get to take years off with the bat. Your home run output was cut in a third. That is very disconcerting and very concerning to me. And it might be time to think about having him just back up first base until Gehrig is ready to retire or gets traded. Because I need a good defensive outfielder. I need somebody like Slaughter in left field. Would you freaking learn left field instead of pricing third goddamn base? I guess unless you're a really good third baseman, you're not. You're pretty bad at it. I'm gonna very quickly, before I forget, set up the player development for this season. Okay. Let's start with the players. Uh, Campy, work on your defensive catcher. Junior Thompson, work on your control. Jack Kramer, work on your secondary pitches. Where is Stan Lehman? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Eye Joe. I need you to learn a new position. Learn left field, please. I beg of you. How hard could it be? Where's Stan Musial? Where'd you go? I need you to learn how to actually hit. That would. Oh, you know what? He looks like shit because they're still flagging him as a pitcher. Where is he? There you are. Where's learn new position? Oh, I can't teach you a new position. It's only center field. Or you have to like be at a certain level before you can learn a new position. Maybe that's it. Oh, he does know how to play first base. Yeah, you're playing first base. I am not actually gonna teach you a position then. I'd rather you focused on your ability to hit. Because that's what's gonna be your calling card, is gonna be your ability to hit. Let us improve your plate discipline. And who else needs some work? Blobby Doer, I'd like you to work on hitting for power. Generate some bat speed. There you go. That's all set up. Okay, friends. What about our pitching staff? Was our pitching staff truly legendary, or were they useless? No, they were still really good. Vandermeer, Dean, and Gomez once again were the top of the top. Amazing pitchers, all of them. And then it kind of dropped off. We were really a three-man rotation for most of the year, which does beg the question of what we do about that. Do we give Junior Thompson a rotation spot next year? Let him figure it out. Mort Cooper really filled in as a reliever, one of our best in a while. We have Van Mungo still, of course. He can still pitch. But yeah, we need more pitching. We need more of the pitching. How did Frank Bradley actually do? Frank Bradley actually had a really good season too. So if he recovers well, then that's another possibility for us. Um, yeah. Trotsky cannot have off years. Um, as a bat only guy, and granted, Lou Gehrig's heir apparent, but Lou Gehrig doesn't seem to be retiring anytime soon. So we have issues that need to be addressed, and I think the issue is going to be addressed by potentially having Eno Slaughter play left field. Or have him play right field and move Ben Chapman to left field. We'll figure something out. But or have Wally Berger play left field. He is declining though. Do we have good enough team chemistry? Is that our problem? Are we suffering in team chemistry? No, our team chemistry is amazing. Actually, it isn't though. It isn't. I wonder if that's part of the issue. That's might be why we flame out in the postseason. We have too many players that are considered selfish or outspoken. Like Bill Swift ain't nothing special. If I get rid of Bill Swift or maybe even Ed Barnes, then that could have an impact. We could use some more leaders though. That would help a lot. Interesting. Interdasting. Yes, that shall conclude today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please remember to like and subscribe. Comment down below. Um, we have one final season. It's the final countdown for the Boston Bees. So next off season, we'll pick our new team and have another 10-year run with somebody else and see what we might be able to accomplish there. Until next time, my friends, this has been F Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you